Hello, and a very warm welcome to you from wherever you are in the world to another edition of MotoGP Fantasy Preview Live with myself, Liam Hodgins, ahead of the Gran Premio Estrella Galicia 00 de España, round number 4 at Jerez de la Frontera. Can you believe we're at round number 4 already? It's been an action-packed 2024 MotoGP season already. We've had 3 different winners: Pecco Bagnaia in Qatar, Jorge Martin in Portimao, and then Maverick Vinales for Aprilia, winning for 3 different manufacturers in the MotoGP era, which has never been done before. Just last time out at Circuit of the Americas. If last year is anything to go by at Jerez, we're in for an absolute classic once again in the Tito Sprint and in the Grand Prix itself. As I said, we've got a great season ahead of us. Jorge Martin leading the championship on 80 points, just 21 ahead of Enea Bastianini. And that rivalry is getting a little bit spicy because we've seen in the press and for the last couple of years, those two are going for the factory Ducati seat, and maybe throw in a little bit of Marc Marquez as well, and we'll come on to him a little bit later on and see what he can do. However, the reason you are here, the reason we are here, is to play MotoGP Fantasy, and I'm very pleased to announce that we have Empty Helmet MSI rider Ivan Ortola with us today. Ivan,
Hello.
how are you? Hello,
Nice.
and very welcome. It's great to see you. How are you doing this weekend?
Yeah, nice. Happy to be here, and let's see what we can do with MotoGP Fantasy this week.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've got a lot on your plate this weekend, considering you were the race winner here at Jerez 1 year ago. Can you just tell me or tell us what it was like to win in front of your home fans?
Yeah, it was amazing winning here because was the second win in a row. I won last year in America and then the next race here. So it was incredible with all the people that support and all the people that comes to the race that were looking for all of us and was incredible.
I must admit, it was an incredible finish to last year's race. Now, what is it like not to just win in front of your home fans, but to win a race when you beat 7 or 8 other people on the final lap?
Yeah. It's not easy, not easy. You have to fight a lot, but yeah, you the more important is to be intelligent the last laps and be in a good position for the last lap and win the race.
Now, before we get on to this weekend, I don't know if you know this, but you're a bit of a viral star now after Circuit of the Americas 2 weeks ago when you had a bit of a coming together with Stefano Nepa, who obviously is with your old team from last year, and you got on his machine. Can you just tell us what your reaction was, how you felt during that moment?
Yeah, what I feel is like yeah, it was with a lot of adrenaline of the start of the race. Then I had the crash. I was like really nervous because it can happen another crash, and then the it hit me the bike of Stefano also, and I was a little bit confused. And when I saw the first bike I saw, I ran to take it. But yeah, when I watched the video, was very funny and yeah. But at the moment, not too much. But yeah, after the race, I watched the video and was incredible.
Well, as long as you can laugh at it after the fact. And to be honest, you're not the first person to do this. I don't know if you know this, but back in Jerez in 2018, when Jorge Lorenzo, Andrea Dovizioso, and Danny Pedrosa came together at Pedrosa Corner, Andrea Dovizioso picked up Jorge Lorenzo's Ducati. So
Yeah, I
it, ca-
remember. I
uh,
remember.
I'm glad you can remember as well. So you're part of an infamous viral moment that has gone to years past.
Yeah.
So, Ivan, the reason we've brought you on today is to play MotoGP Fantasy, and I believe you play a little bit of it yourself.
Yeah, I play MotoGP Fantasy. I start before Portimao because my cousin plays this game and told to me, and I say okay, I will start and I will try what we can do, and let's see.
Well, Ivan, I'm glad you're on the show today because I must admit I'm not doing too well in MotoGP fantasy this year, so I hope you can help me out with this one.
Yeah,
Um,
I will.
so,
I will help you.
thank you very much. So, talking of MotoGP fantasy, here is the team that we currently have. So, Jorge Martin, your MotoGP Championship title leader, in our goal team, along with Marc Marquez, who potentially could be on for a first win with Ducati this weekend. Miguel Oliveira in your silver team, and Pedro Acosta. Now, Pedro Acosta in the silver team as well. Is he on course to potentially become the youngest ever MotoGP winner? Ivan, tell us what you think of this team, and well, would you like to make any changes?
It's not a bad team. It's a good team, really good team. But yeah, I will change something like in Silver Riders. Now, now I will. I do some changes, I think.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
so you said
in
this. So you said the silver team. Will it be Miguel Oliveira or Pedro Acosta? Who are you changing?
no, yeah, it's true that Pedro now is in a very good moment, and I will move to Gold Riders.
So
I will
move to.
put Pedro instead of Marquez
So you want to move?
in Gold.
Oh, fantastic! So we're going to be moving Pedro Acosta and changing him for Marc
Yeah,
Marquez. That's a very bold decision there, Ivan. But I'm not going to disagree with you on that one.
I in Gold Riders, me I have in fantasy I have Pecco and Pedro. Yeah, in Gold
Echo.
Riders.
So would you like to do
But
that?
Martin is a very good rider, and I think it will make a very good race also. And Silver Riders, it's true that I will change Mikel Oliveira and I will put Maverick because it came from a very good race in America and he can make a good job here.
I must admit, as you just said, Ivan, he is doing very well at the moment. So Miguel Oliveira out, Maverick Vinales, your race winner from last time out, who is on incredible form at the moment. We're going to put him into the team. Now, would you like to make any other trade? Would you like to change your constructor, or would you like to change your
The
team?
constructor, yeah.
So let's change
Uh,
Aprilia.
how much cost Ducati?
Ducati, well, Ducati are 3.4 million. We have 2.8,
Three
but
por 3.4.
yes.
Okay.
But KTM, who
I
are
so I to take more money I will take off uh Mark, I think.
so let's undo that. Change there. Oh, we'll change off Mark instead. So let's go back a little bit. So if we just undo that, so we'll move Pedro and Mark over. So we'll change Mark out
Yeah.
of the team. And unfortunately, it's not letting me do this at the moment. So
No,
we're going to have to refresh. We will be able to do it. We'll just have to refresh this in some way. So yes, it's playing a little bit of being a bit of trouble at the moment as the fantasy. So yes, so you want to change Mark.
anyway, Aprilia in constructor is good, I think, but I might change Aprilia to Ducati because he has more bikes, so he can make more points.
So you want to. So we got two changes per weekend. So you want to change Miguel Oliveira for Maverick Vinales. Is that correct?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think
Okay.
yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't know what's happened here, but we have a rider being locked. And, well, if we can maybe somehow rework this, and usually it lets us reload, but it hasn't done this now. I don't know what has happened with MotoGP Fantasy for now. So, yes, we will sort this out post show, Ivan. So we'll confirm the changes. So Maverick Vinales for Miguel Oliveira, which we did, and
Yes.
then you want to change Mark Marquez or
Mm,
leave Mark in?
how much cost Pecco?
Pecco Bagnaia. So this is the first weekend that they've been in the. We've had some changes.
More than Pecco more than Martin.
He is, yes, he's gone up by
Oof.
300k, so he's up to 3.8 million. So I think that Pecco Bagnaia will be out of the equation for this weekend. So yeah, so
And
Martin
Mark, how much cost Mark?
Mark is 2.8 million, so 100 million
2.8.
different. Yeah, so
So
100
I
million
think
difference.
Mark is it's a very good option now.
I think Mark is a very
It's
good
a very
option.
good option.
He
Now
is
Mark
indeed.
is now is a very good option. Yeah,
So so
because yeah, and Oliveira with I think yeah. So it's difficult, eh?
very
And
difficult.
team in team, if you change Trackhouse for KTM,
So you want to
official
for the official team. So let's go to teams
office.
now. Trackhouse is 1.6 million, and KTM official is 2.7, and we have remaining salary of 900k. So yes, we can change them. So we'll be able to change post show because well, we've had a technical difficulty with the MotoGP Fantasy today. So post show, we will be able to change KTM Racing and Trackhouse.
Yeah,
So just to confirm, Ivan, in your gold team, you will have Jorge Martin and Pedro Acosta. And in your
yes.
silver team, you'll have Maverick Vinales and
Or
Mark Mark.
Maverick Viñales and Marc Marquez if it's possible, or if not, Oliveira and Mark.
It will be possible. We will be able to fix this post show. So do not worry, Ivan. We will
Yeah, but
have your
I
team
will
ready.
change Pedro to gold because now is a very good moment and can give you a lot of points.
Absolutely. So do before we move away from MotoGP Fantasy, do you believe that Pedro Acosta can take his first win this weekend in Jerez?
Will be possible because we saw that KTM make do a lot of tests here with Danny also, and yeah, it's a track that KTM goes very fast, and I think all the KTM will be there.
Yes,
And
indeed.
also, I didn't think about, but Danny Pedrosa is possible.
Danny Pedrosa, he will be
It's
possible.
possible.
So let's see how much Danny is this weekend. So Danny Pedrosa, he is
I will
1.6
put
million.
I will put Danny Pedrosa
So Danny
in
Pedrosa
silver.
in silver.
Yes,
So
for sure,
for sure. So you would like to.
for sure.
So you would like
100
to.
move Oliveira and put Danny Pedrosa.
Perfect. So just to confirm one last time, Ivan, your gold riders will be Jorge Martin and Pedro Acosta, and then in your silver team will be Marc Marquez and Danny Pedrosa.
Yes,
And your constructor will be Aprilia, and your team will be KTM Red Bull Racing.
yes.
Fantastic. Well, as I said, we've had a couple of technical difficulties. Ivan, sorry we could not change them right now, but we will do this post show, and we will have your team ready for the weekend. Now, coming on to this weekend, you're sitting fourth in the standings, and you've had one podium in Portimao. You won here last year. Do you think you can win again? I'm sure you do believe that, but what will it take to win again this weekend?
Yeah, I will fight for it for sure. Yeah, I will fight for it. We have we were unlucky in America, but anyway, we know the work we have behind, and yeah, I will continue working like as I do in before, and yeah, I will beat for the win.
We look forward to seeing some more close Moto 3 action this weekend because Jerez just throws up some incredible racing. And one thing I wanted to ask you about is that you've been signed up to, well, a big brand for 2024, Quadrant. The brand is owned by Formula One driver Lando Norris. How did that deal come about and how did you meet Lando Norris?
Yeah, it was from last year when I like in half of the season, he arrived an email to my manager from Quadrant, and yeah, was incredible. We didn't know what was, but We talking with them to they show us that it's a big project, and yeah, they we met him and Quadran in Silverstone. They came to the race, so yeah, was amazing, and I hope this year will be the same.
Now, he came to the MotoGP event in Silverstone last year. Have you asked for any tickets to go to any Formula One events this year?
Yeah, I will be in F1 in Barcelona, the race. So I will be the investigate the world of F1 because I has never been there. So it will be interesting and very nice to know about this world.
Well, we look forward to seeing you on the screens when you're at the Formula One event. But we've also got Barcelona MotoGP in just a few weeks' time as well. So, very much looking forward to that. Now, Ivan, before we let you go, I just want to ask you for your predictions this weekend. So, your first prediction for yourself in Moto3, where do you think you will finish this weekend?
Sorry?
I just want to ask you your prediction. So, where you think you
Prediction
will.
for Moto3.
For Moto3, yes. And then we'll ask you about MotoGP afterward.
Okay. For me, I will say Moto3 first. Me?
Of course,
course.
of course. And so yourself for Moto3 and for the Tissot Sprint in
I believe in
MotoGP.
me.
Oh, you've got to believe in yourself. That's what you're here for. And
Yeah.
I'm sure the
And
fans will be believing in
yeah.
yourself as well. And for the Tissot Sprint and the Grand Prix in MotoGP on Sunday.
Tissot Sprint, MotoGP, I would say mm, Martin.
Very good
Martin.
choice.
Martin, yeah, because he showed us that in the sprint is really hard to beat him. And in the normal race, I will say Pedro.
Pedro.
I will say Pedro. Yes.
Pedro to
Yeah.
take his
I
first win.
think yeah, because he showed us that it's really fast in America. Also, that is not an easy track, and here the KTM's they are very competitive because they, how I say before, they do a lot of tests with Danny and Paul, and I think the bike is very prepared to go fast and win races here.
Yeah, and he's only got one more position to occupy on the podium. He's had a third, he's had a second. Now it's only the win to go on the podium. Ivan, thank you so much for joining us this weekend. All the best to you. And, well, just like the fans on Sunday, they will be cheering your name for hopefully a victory in Moto3 on Sunday. All the best to you, and thank you once again.
Thank you very much to all for watching, and I hope I helped you today or this weekend for the fantasy.
You've certainly helped me as well. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Well, there you go. Ivan Ortola, part of the MT Helmets MSI squad in Moto3, winner here at Jerez 1 year ago. Now, his team is looking a little bit different to the one you see on screen. There was a bit of an issue, probably my fault. Usually when it comes to technology, I do somehow find a way to make it break. So his team will be Jorge Martin and Pedro Acosta. Very good team in the gold. And then he will have Marc Marquez and, of course, Danny Pedrosa, who returns as a wild card this weekend for KTM. Now, you might remember last year he had a very impressive performance, finishing 6th and 7th in the sprint and the race. And then he then returned at Misano. So we're looking for big things from Danny. And of course, he's been doing a little bit of testing so far this year. And if he becomes, or if he finishes on the podium or even wins, can we really talk about that? Well, I've mentioned it anyway. So if he does win or does finish on the podium, it will be the first time since Valencia 2017, the final race of the year, where he finished on the podium or took a race win. That was 2,360 days ago this coming Sunday. So that will put him second in the MotoGP era. Now, we've just released a MotoGP winner drought video. So the gap between a rider's win and then their next win. So if you want to watch that, it's a great video. Make sure you go and check it out on MotoGP's YouTube channel. And can Danny Pedrosa add his name to that list? He won't be the only rider competing for the win this weekend. We've also got, as we were just talking about, Pedro Acosta chasing his first MotoGP victory in the class and looking to take the record as the youngest MotoGP winner from Marc Marquez, who, well, those two were having a bit of a ding-dong battle at Kota last time out, and they have done for the first two races before that as well. Jorge Martin, he'll be looking to get back to winning ways after his victory in Portugal, missing out on the podium just last time out, but still 21 points ahead in the championship. And Pecco Bagnaia, your world champion from the last 2 years, he really got his account up and running after a couple of hard races at Jerez last year and the year beforehand. So, well, there's a lot to look forward to this weekend, and if you're wanting to play MotoGP Fantasy, there's a lot to look forward to in terms of prizes for this one. So, the season competition prizes, if you take first place, you get a replica signed Pecco Bagnaia helmet. I must admit, that is a prize that you would be wanting to get your hands on. Second place prize, you get a very brand new PlayStation 5 along with the MotoGP 24 video game. And I must admit, that's something I am aiming for, considering my PlayStation just broke this week. So you're going to really have to challenge me for that one. And after Ivan Ortola's picks, I think he's helped me out quite a lot. And hopefully yourself for that one. And a third place prize, a very nice Tissot T-Race MotoGP Limited Edition watch. It's not just season competition prizes you can win weekly competition prizes as well. For this one, you can win 2 MotoGP tickets for any GP. So if you've never been to a MotoGP event before and you really would love to go, make sure you get yourself to become part of that and also win some prizes. And also, you can join the LCR team for between Spain and Italy League. And for first prize, you get a pair of boots signed by Johan Zarco. Second is a used carbon brake disc with a clock. That'd be very nice to hang up on your wall. And well, if you haven't been able to win the Tissot watch, maybe a very nice clock that's in the shape of a carbon disc brake will be something for your fancy. And inside the top 3, you'll get 3 LCR Honda books plus 2 signed sliders. Prizes provided by LCR Honda team. So some great prizes for MotoGP Fantasy. Get yourself signed up. We're gearing up for the 4th round of the championship, the 2024 MotoGP Championship, the Spanish Grand Prix at Jerez de la Frontera. Make sure you don't miss all the weekend's action right here on MotoGP. We will see you again for the next one, the French Grand Prix at Le Mans.